Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled Daf Yomi Megilla Talit Bet. The Mishnah writes that one who has a mum, Kohen who has a mum, cannot do Birchat Kohanim. If his hands are colored in a unique kind of way, people are going to look at him, and therefore he cannot do Birchat Kohanim. What is the problem with people looking at a Kohen when he's doing Birchat Kohanim? So Rashi writes, because the Shechina is resting on his hands. And he quotes the Gemara in Chagiga to Zayin Amud Aleph. Tosfot in Chagiga writes that this is very difficult because the concept of the Shechina resting on the Kohen's hands is only in the Mikdash, not Chutz LeMikdash. And this Mishnah seems to be applying to Birchat Kohanim anywhere, even Chutz LeMikdash. Therefore, Tosfot rejects Rashi and writes that the problem is a simple one: that when the person is looking at a Kohen who has some kind of strange blemish on his hand, he'll be staring at him. And then he won't be focusing on the Bracha. He'll have Hesach Hadaat from the Bracha. Regarding the concept of the Shechina shower on the Yadayim, it's some kind of metaphysical idea. Of course, we have to remember, Ain Lo D'mut Haguf, Ain Lo D'mut Haguf, Hashem is not physical. And obviously Rashi means some kind of idea that the Shechina is very close, so to speak, with the Kohanim at that time. Be that as it may, Tosfot holds it as a practical issue of Hesach Hadaat. The Saifer Charaidim writes that just like there's a mitzvah of the Kohain, on the Kohen to bless the people, so too there's a mitzvah on the Am to receive the Bracha, to focus on the Kohanim and to receive the Bracha from the Kohanim. Actually, the very first Biur Halacha in Birchat Kohanim, in Simna in the Shechina, brings the Saifer Charaidim down. It's an important mitzvah to note that we must be focusing on the Kohen. It's not a time to be learning, to be reading a Sefer. It's time simply to be focusing and receiving the Bracha from the Kohen. A fascinating part of this mitzvah is that there's so many exceptions to this rule. The Shechina in Kuf Chavchet, Siman Lamed, Lamed Halef, Lamed Bet, writes that if the person with the mum is in town for a long time, or if the Kohanim cover themselves with the Talit so that no one sees him, or they recognize him so much that they won't be astounded by the mum, in any of these kinds of cases, then the Kohen with the mum can bless the people. Normally Chazal are very, very strict with the takanot, and they don't make exceptions like this. Could be over here, there's not a typical gezerah like on Shabbat. You can't take muksa, because you might come to do a malacha. You can't climb a tree, you might come to do a malacha. You can't take medicine, you might come to do a malacha. It's a fixed gezerah, which might lead to an Issa D'Oraita. Over here, the concern is that you won't have the proper focus when you do the mitzvah of receiving the bracha from the Kohen. So as long as it's realistic that you won't be staring into Kohen, so therefore Chazal made many exceptions. If he covers his hands with the Talit, if you know him well, he's in the town for 30 days or more, people are familiar with him. So in all these kinds of cases, practically it won't lead to staring at him, and therefore you'll be able to receive the bracha properly. But we're not afraid of violating an Issa D'Oraita like other kinds of takanot, and therefore there might be room for more leniency in this case. Shalom.